Alrighty. Welcome, viewers. This is Anil Khwaja. I'm a registered migration agent and co-founder at Think High Consultants. Uh, I welcome all of you. We will be just wait for a while in order for our audience to join. Before that, I'll just give you a summarized version of what exactly we're going to discuss in this Facebook Live. Firstly, we'll be discussing about the state sponsorship update recently introduced for Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales, and Western Australia. Apart from that, we also would be discussing about the invitation rounds for Jan 2021. So before we proceed, we'll again wait for some time in order to get more audiences. Uh, a pretty exciting month where lots of states have given their policies, especially Victoria, Tasmania, Western Australia, and New South Wales. So those who have missed our Facebook lives or YouTube lives in last couple of months, uh, on the same day when these all updates were being published, we were doing Facebook Live every day. So we will be summing up all those because as you know that New South Wales, Tasmania, these states will have their state sponsorship opening in next couple of weeks or in a month's time. So there is still plenty of time to do your homework. Uh, your applications needs to be almost 99.9% being drafted. You must need to get all the documents. You need to prepare yourself. So at least we go with 100% applications to any of the state we are intending to apply. So let's wait for more audiences now. Seems like we are building up with the audiences. Hopefully next couple of seconds, I'll start with the first state sponsorship update that is for Victoria. Uh, or a, just we'll take a break. We'll take a short break. We'll put up a small video and then we'll back and then I'll start the discussion afterwards.
Skilled Migration Visa Assistance. Australia is now offering permanent residency status to general skilled migration visa holders. Stay connected with us to get updated information on Skilled Independent Visa, Subclass 189, Skilled Nominated Visa, Subclass 190, Skilled Sponsored Visa, Subclass 491, and Skilled Regional Visa, Subclass 887. Contact Think Higher Consultants at thinkhigher.com.au.
Alrighty, so now we have plenty of audience going live. They have joined us. So let's talk about the Victoria first. We were pretty excited. As you know, they have opened their first window, the first round to take ROIs. And you won't believe we were flooded with the applications. We have tried to launch all prospective applications which were justifying those requirements which were under the Victorian state sponsorship policy. Their first round's gonna finish today. They have already finished at 5 p.m. was the deadline, and those who have has contacted us and we have submitted applications to the Victorian state sponsorship. We wish you all the best. Generally, what's going to happen, there would be another window coming up from 2nd of Feb until 8th of Feb. Same timelines that from 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. they will be starting on 2nd of Feb and they will be finishing on 8th of Feb. So you have plenty of time to submit your applications, the ROI applications to Victoria for the next round. Now let's talk about the eligibility criteria or what exactly you require for Victoria State sponsorship. So first and the foremost, there are two streams, 190 and 491. 491 is considered and it is a regional sponsorship from the Victorian state. You must be living in a regional area for 3 months and you must be working in a regional area for 3 months. There are some specific industries or the occupations they have published recently in their policy. Those are the only occupations they are considering. First, obviously, health and medical sector, then medical research, agri-food, data sciences, life sciences, and the data sciences is like IT and all ICT occupations. So if you have worked and lived in regional area with these relevant occupations, then you can apply for the Victoria State sponsorship. Apart from that, if you justify yourself that your occupation has assisted or they are ongoing assisting the Victorian economy recovery, can also apply for the sponsorship. Really sorry about the interpretation, the technical fault. So we are back. So as I told you, so these occupations, these 4 to 5 industries, if you fall under that one, and if you have experience for 3 months working and staying in the regional Victoria, then you should apply for this one. Now, regional Victoria, there is a designated and regional areas, both are associated with this 491. So designated areas are pretty close to Melbourne CBD. So if you have heard about Pakenham, Clyde, then South Morang, Miranda, so these all areas are very close to the city and they are considered to be the designated area. So if you are working in these areas, especially I've seen lots of aged care and disability support officers, or even lots of nurses, they have their aged cares or clinics or hospitals are there in these regional areas. They are one of the top, the occupations where you can apply for Victoria 491 if you have a full skill assessment, you have lived in the regional area for 3 months, and you have worked in your nominated occupation. One more thing I'll let you know that, for instance, if you're not a nurse, but if you're working in a hospital sector or in a medical or health sector where you've been an accountant or an IT guy or maybe a networking guy, and if you justify yourself that you've been working and helping these industries in this COVID-19 situation and is this pandemic, then you can also justify yourself that you should lodge your ROI for Victoria. Now let's come to the 190. 190, the rounds would be pretty much the same for 491 and 190, but for 190 they have reduced down the industries to up to 3 to 4. So because they have limited the industries. So for 190, it can be only health, medical research, agri-food, or substantial Victorian economy recovery occupation where you can justify that you would able or you have done enough work or you have given your enough skills in last 6 months uh, in order to ensure that Victorian economy recovery has boost, so you can apply for that application. Now, as I told you, the window is already finished. The next window would be from 2nd Feb until 8th Feb 2021, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that you need to make sure that you starting from lodging your application within that window. Their selection day would be on 19th of Feb. For the January intake, their selection that would be for second of 22nd of Jan 2021. So if you are awaiting for your previous ROIs which you have lodged in September or those who have lodged in Jan, they will be getting the results by 22nd Jan 2021. So pretty exciting for those who have lost the ROIs, and those who have missed, they still have chance for the next window. Now let's go to the another state, New South Wales. As you know, the New South Wales also have introduced their policies. They have particularly given a skill nominated list for 190, and there, I believe there are somewhere around 24 to 25 occupations out there. Most of them are registered nurse. Few of them are obviously engineering manager, biomedical engineer, aeronautical engineers, and couple of ICT occupations as well. But their requirements are quite rigorous. You must be in New South Wales. You must be working in New South Wales for 12 months. You have to meet the residential and work requirement, and the occupation you're working has to be highly relevant to your nominated occupation. So it's more sort of a rigorous requirement they have put up. Now, if we come to the 491 New South Wales requirements, they have lots of streams. They have up to 4 to 5 streams where even though they have opened up for those who will be applying from offshore, which is pretty exciting as well. So if you're offshore, you have 5 years of experience in the nominated occupation, and also you need to check the 491 New South Wales list. And if you fall under that one, then you can definitely apply for this one. So, even for 491, they have added few more occupations into their list as well. One of them, which I was pretty surprised, is plant and production engineer. So lots of people, they have got their engineering technologist skill assessment. They can also get your skill assessment in plant and production engineer. Because generally, if you fall under those categories, Engineer Australia normally nominates you for the engineering technologist. But you can also ask Engineers Australia or resubmit your application to get you the plant and production engineer. Plus, if you have seen, there is another occupation for 190 that is engineering professionals NEC, non else classified. No else classified. Whatever you uh, feel to speak, but this occupation is quite easy to get the skill assessment. So I'm giving you my 2 cents on this one, that you should get your skill assessment done in this occupation as well. And it would be really beneficial for you if you are eyeing or intending to apply for New South Wales 190. And if we go with the 491s, I've already given you the similar list, but there are some additional occupations. One of them is plant and production engineer. Other one is naval architect. It's also one of the good occupations which the New South Wales is really requiring. And if you fall under these occupations, then you should apply. Now, let's go to the Tasmania state sponsorship, because New South Wales is pretty easy. We have done, or we have already, have went through online or Facebook Live last time, giving you a thorough, the New South Wales policy and the requirements. So if you need, you can scroll down to our videos, check our previous videos, and listen to all the advices we are given, all the updates we are given for the New South Wales. Now let's come to the Tasmania. So Tasmania also would be starting their state sponsorship. But for Tasmania, we'll take a short break. And after the short break, I'll be updating you on Tasmania state sponsorship policy. Stay tuned.
Are you a recent engineering graduate and dreaming to get an experience of working, living, and studying in Australia for up to 18 months? We are here to assist you in fulfilling your wish. We will guide you with your skilled recognized graduate visa, subclass 476, process.
Contact Think Higher Consultants at thinkhigher.com.au.
Alrighty, welcome back, guys. So we'll start with the Tasmania state sponsorship, as I was discussing with you guys before this break. So Tasmania has announced their 2021, the state migration plan policy. They will be starting taking the new applications. The interim quota was already in place, which was very rigorous, very tough to crack. But the new applications, they have introduced a new policy for that one. They will be starting end of Jan, or maybe 22nd to 23rd of Jan. They would be starting taking the new applications. We are eagerly waiting for them to give us a specific date, so at least we can inform to our clients, which would be not far away. So most probably by next week, I'm presuming that we would be getting the date for Tasmania state sponsorship. Generally, I'll give you the whole quota information. So they, for the 2020-21, they have 1,400 places for 491, which is massive. So 1,400 is a pretty good, the places for, especially for 491. Then they have another 1,000 for 190, which is still a very good quota. Then the business migration, 45 points, or 45 places. So altogether, it's 2,445, which is a massive, the quota for this year, which would be finishing in June. So there are lots of opportunity to apply for Tasmania state sponsorship if you fall under their categories. Now, if you they have also given a hint that for the interim quota, they have already used the 25% of their whole year quota, still 75%. That's really big. So you still have lots of opportunity. It's a big quota, you have it. So I would personally suggest those who are studying in Tasmania or they are meeting the requirement of Tasmania, they keep a close eye on end of Jan in order to ensure that they they apply their application in time, because I'm pretty hopeful that if you apply, then you would be getting most of the applicants will get their invitation between Jan to June 2021. Now, they've also told that they will prioritize case by case. The most important and the priority occupations are still similar to Victoria. They are the critical occupations. They have this time I've seen they're mainly focusing on infrastructure, civil engineering, and these type of stuff like building and construction. So if you're associated with these technologies, then definitely this is the great opportunity for you. If you're working in Tasmania under these industry, you should apply. They've also given that they will be mainly focusing on food production, agri-food, just like Victoria has it. Apart from that, if you belongs to a core agriculture background or you're doing agriculture in Tasmania, like working in farms or doing some technician stuff or in insecticides and those all stuff, so then also you are very much in line with the Tasmanian state policy, and you may have an opportunity to apply for the state sponsorship. Apart from that, they have also given that they will be accepting cooks and chefs, but obviously they have straight away given the policy that they won't be accepting the fast food chefs and cooks. So you need to be in a proper restaurant where there is a dine-in. You need to make sure that you work as a chef or assistant chef. You have your skill assessment done from TRA, and then that would be an ideal scenario for you to apply for the Tasmania state sponsorship. Apart from that, what they have given that if you have worked in health industry like aged care or disability care officer or even nurses, you must apply for Tasmania state sponsor, because they are also very eager to give to health professionals. But you must have some sort of a background, or you've been working for last 2 3 months or 6 months in order to ensure that you have given them the justification, or they given them an opportunity to assess your profile in a positive manner. uh, Now let's come to the final state, that is Western Australia. So Western Australia has also introduced their list, and guess what? It's pretty much the same as it was last year. They have made no changes. So if I go through the Western Australia list, most of their skill occupation lists where overseas applicant can apply is mainly the medical occupations. So if you fall under these medical occupations, especially registered nurse in specific, uh, you know, the field like child and family health, or if you're in a critical care and emergency registered nurse, or if you're in a mental health, these nurses are really highly acceptable to Western Australia state migration plan. Apart from that, if you're a recent graduate in Western Australia, the requirements are pretty same. You must have at least 1 year or 6 months contract, and or if you don't have a future contract, you must be working in Western Australia in your nominated occupation for last 1 year. Now there is a twist for accountants and IT. If you can see all the list which has accountant, management accountant, taxation accountant, सबको इन्होंने क्लोज कर दिया, तो no one is available towards accounting. But if you can see, there is a finance manager out there in Western Australia. So if you have a job offer and you feel like your occupation is a bit relevant to finance manager, you should go and get your CPA done as a finance manager as early as possible, and then apply. Your job offer needs to be in Western Australia. Employee needs to be a proper employer, not a virtual one, but the job offer needs to be at least for another 1 year. So if you have a finance manager skill assessment and you're able to grab a job offer, or you have a job as a finance manager or a relevant occupation, you should apply for Western Australia. They've opened up their applications. You should launch your EOI as early as possible. Make sure all the information, each and everything is on spot there. So, guys, this is all for the state sponsorship. Now, let's go to the invitation rounds for Jan 2021. Of the sad news that they haven't invited anybody as yet for Jan 2021 invitation round, which is quite depressing for us as well. We are hoping that they will open up the rounds with the normal invitations, but still yet to happen. But on the other part is there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that the state sponsorships are there. States have put their policies in. So this is the right time. You need to consult a registered migration agent in order to plan your journey for this very tough and very rigorous Australian immigration policies at this stage. So I would suggest you should contact Think Eye Consultants. What we have done this time in Jan 2021 for Victoria ROI, as I told you, we have lodged more than 150 ROIs, and most of them have met their requirements. They were not sure whether they were the part of that critical the industry or not. They have consulted us. We have given them the guideline. We have showed them the path, and they were pretty convinced, and then we launched their ROIs. So we have done a great work. I'm very proud of my team, and I would again suggest to my clients or the prospective clients, all those who are watching me live, you should consult once. At least we can guide you a better pathway rather than you just wait for an opportunity which will never come. So you need to dig your own way out, because apart from that, it's going to be very tough for those who are just waiting. More predictions. So I'll predict few stuff, but before the prediction, I would like to take a break. We'll be back after a break. Stay tuned. Think High Consultants. We are registered education and migration consultants. Offer following services: student visas, admissions, change of course of provider, skilled migration visas, temporary activity visas, employer-sponsored visas, partner visas, parent visas, health cover for all types of visas, visitor tourist visas, business visas, NATI CCL preparation classes, professional year programs, IELTS and PT classes, coaching programs for new education and migration agents, and many more.
Contact Think Higher Consultants provide personalized and on-spot services leads to permanent visa pathways and Australian citizenship. Facebook/Think Higher Consultants. Twitter/Think Higher Rouse. Instagram/Think Higher Consultants.
All right, welcome back, guys. So a few predictions for upcoming immigration policies and all. What my predictions are, as per my experience, Victoria state sponsorship might be opening their formal list, where you have the occupations like early childhood teacher, telecom engineers, civil engineers, and electrical engineers. And even I'm pretty have a strong intuition that they will come up with the hairdressers as well. So these 4 or 5 occupations would be highly demanded in next couple of months and years, and the state sponsorship will definitely be eyeing on these occupations. So I'll again repeat, it's my personal intuition and observation and all my research and everything, that early childhood teachers, engineers like telecom engineers, then you have hairdressers, and one more which I missed, that's social workers. So these all occupations will be coming in next couple of months into the state sponsorship list. So if you belongs to these occupations, or you are planning to study or taking a pathway to these occupations, you should do that, because they have a great prospect for the jobs in here in Australia, a good career-wise occupations, and perfect match for the Australian immigration as well. So that's all for today, guys. Now we'll be taking few questions if we have some, and once we are done with the questions, then we'll say a farewell to you, and hopefully we'll see you in the next invitation round. That would be on 11th of Feb. Yep. So the team, if you can just put up the questions on the screen. All right, so Fahim Ejaz is asking any updates on the border opening. So Fahim, quite difficult question at the moment, because due to the new, the COVID variant, Australian government is quite strict with the border openings. The travel exemptions have been also quite rigorous these days. They are not allowing many temporary visa holders to come down to Australia. My prediction would be it was Feb to March, but now I believe that it should be somewhere in June and July, because without the circulation of the vaccination throughout the world, and since I feel like you're from Pakistan, Pakistan is in the red zone at the moment. So they have given three zones: red, orange, and I believe green. So this is what I have seen in the news. So if you fall under the red zone, you might not able to allow to come very soon. There would be some other precautions you need to do, or maybe the vaccination once you do yourself vaccinated, just like the polio vaccinations we do in Pakistan and Afghanistan, then only you would able to travel to Australia. So just wait and watch, but not earlier than April or May there would be any news coming up. So that's an unfortunate scene. But as I told you, you need to latch on this opportunity as well. If the borders are not open and you're struggling with PR, you should do your PT coaching. You can do your NATI CCL test done. You can work somewhere to strong make your profile stronger. So these all things you can do while you are in overseas, because most of the countries still don't have a rigorous lockdown, and you can try work out these all things. And since Think Hard also provide online PT classes unlimited for only $299, so this is the right opportunity. We have lots of students from Pakistan, Malaysia, Australia. So this is the better, and we have given them proven results. So most of my clients, or which have seen, at least they have got 7 each straight away in one go. Even they have never done a PT test in Pakistan, whereas even they have never came to Australia. So they are the ones which are prospective applicants who were to Australia, and right now they've got 7 each. Karachi also have the PT test center now. Islamabad already had it. Lahore center is already operating as well. So now all three big cities have centers. So you should try, doing those stuff until the borders are open. All right, so we'll wait for a couple of more minutes to see if we have more comments, if or any questions. If not, then I'll wrap up this session. All right, thank you so much, Mohammed Ali, for your appreciation. You've been really nice to us. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so we'll wrap up as of now. Thanks, Osama, for the appreciation. So, guys, I'll take a leave now. Thank you so much for watching me. If you have missed anything, I would suggest you to scroll down, start from the beginning, and see what the advices I have given for the upcoming state sponsorship policies, and also a few of the predictions which were I have given the exciting predictions out there. So you should, if you really want to listen, you should just scroll back and start from the beginning. Do take very good care of yourself, and if you have any migration issues or any matter you need to discuss, feel free to contact ThinkHigh Consultants. We are more than happy to assist you. Thank you and have a good day.